Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Floura Agnesia. I'm from the English Literature program at Universitas Negeri, Surabaya. Today, I'm here not only as a student, but also as a young person who believes in the power of education. When I was preparing this speech, I asked myself one question. What is the real key to sustainable innovation? And the answer kept coming back to me very clear: education. Let me start with the fact in Bekasi, a city close to our capital, many children are still dropping out of school. Some because of poverty, some because their parents need them to work, and others because schools are not accessible or flexible enough for their lives. Now, this is not only a local issue. It is connected to Sustainable Development Goal number 4. That's quality education, which calls for inclusive and equitable education for all. Yet, when children leave school too early, we lose more than just students in classroom. We lose future teachers, future scientists, and future leaders. We lose innovators who might create solutions for clean energy, climate action, or better health. So, dropping out of school is not just an individual problem, it is a social problem, a barrier that holds back development and sustainable innovation. Think about this for a moment. Every time one child loses their chance to study, the world loses one more potential problem solver. Education is not only about learning how to read, write, or calculate. Education is the foundation for creativity and critical thinking. It is the soil where ideas grow, where young minds learn to ask, what if we can make it better? So, without education, how can we expect innovation to happen? How can we imagine building a sustainable future if millions of young people cannot even finish school? That's why when a child in Bekasi or anywhere else drops out, it is not just their future at risk, it is our future together. Now, the question is, what can we do? Sometimes we imagine that solving education problems need something very big, but actually, small and simple solutions can make a big difference. The example is for the first is a scholarship. Scholarship is not just money, it is hope. It is a door that tells a child your dream is still possible. And the second one is community support. Imagine if neighborhoods work together, sharing books, organizing free tutoring, or creating small community school. Even simple mentoring, when an older student helps a younger one, can stop a child from dropping out. Third, digital learning. Today, technology can bring classrooms to children who cannot come to school. Digital platforms, online libraries, and even free YouTube lessons can become bridges to knowledge. Of course, not every child has access to the internet yet, but it is a path we must strengthen. When these small actions are done collectively, we begin to close the gap. And step by step, we reduce the number of dropouts. Let me share a story. In Bekasi, there was a boy, let's call him Arif. Arif had to stop school because his parents could not afford the fees. For months, he worked with his father in a small workshop. But one day, a community organization gave him a scholarship. With that, he returns to school. At first, he struggled, but with support from teachers and friends, Arif not only catch up, but also joined a robotics club. Last year, he and his team even created a simple water filter for their neighborhood. This story is real, and it shows us something powerful. When children are given the chance, they don't just learn, they innovate. Ladies and gentlemen, change is possible, but it starts when we care, when we decide that no child should be left behind. So, what can we learn from this? Education is not just about classrooms, textbooks, or exams. It is about giving people the tools to imagine, to create, and to build a better world. If we want sustainable innovation, innovation that solves today's problem without harming tomorrow, then education must be the first step. It is the doorway through which every young person can work to become an innovator, a leader, and change maker.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.